WWRR, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, WMMZ, Berwick, Bloomsburg, Hazleton, WYCK, Plains.
Powered by Mohegan Sun Pocono.
It's the New River, 105 and 103.5.
This is Music on the Menu on the River.
Timothy, where on earth did you go?
Featuring Northeast PA's best artists.
Maybe, never mind. She can move me like the stereo, like a song on the radio. She's an angel in the morning, yeah, that's right.
And now, here's your host, Alan K. Stout.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
All right, everybody. Happy Sunday night. Welcome to Music on the Menu on the River. Alan K. Stout with you as I always am. Sunday nights, 9 to 10 o'clock. Bringing you regional artists doing their own original material from right here in northeastern Pennsylvania. Hanging out with D.C. Taylor. D.C., good to see you, man.
How's it going, Al?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I'm kind of finally got in the Christmas spirit. It took me a little longer this year. I don't know, you had early Thanksgiving or late Thanksgiving?
It was early, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. People were trying to kick in there right after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I wasn't there yet, you know?
Right, yeah.
But, I started doing my shopping and, got some decorations up at home for the kids and the train and all that. And so I'm feeling festive. Next Sunday night will be our annual Christmas show. We're looking forward to it. 9 o'clock. We're trying to figure out right now. We might do 2 hours. We did last year, maybe one. We're trying to figure out what we could do with the programming here on the station. But we'll let you know for sure on Facebook, a couple days before so that you know. But that's always a really fun show, DC. I mean, many artists from northeastern Pennsylvania have recorded great versions of holiday songs.
Yeah.
I mean, the Brett Alexanders and the George Wesleys and some of them that we play every year, Dustin Drevish. I already received 5 or 6 new ones just this year from artists that we're hoping that they could get on this year's show. So it's kind of cool that artists know we do the show every year now and that it's a tradition and that they send us their stuff. So next Sunday night, December 23rd, will be the Christmas show. The week after that, DC and I were just talking about it. We're probably going to look back at 2018 and play some of the great stuff that came our way this year because that'll be our last show of the year.
Yep.
The week after that, we'll have Danielle in because she's going to be our Music on the Menu Live Breakers show coming up on January 2nd. And then the show after that, we'll probably start getting to some of the new music that's been starting to come my way. I'm a little backed up on some new submissions.
Sure.
That'll give me some time to listen to them all. And we'll get all those on, coming up in the middle of January or so. So lots of good stuff here on tap. We're going to kick this show off with one of our favorites. This is Miz. This is a song called Broken Wheels.
Quiet daydream one more time to sift through the madness in my mind. Broken wheels stop spinning round and turn my smiles upside down. Well, I wanna thank you for leaving me, 'cause I was so broken that I couldn't see. The only thing holding me back was you, and now I'm alone when each day is through. And this is for all the good times we used to share, and this is for all the good times still out there. want you to know that you're still beautiful, you see. And it don't matter how many lovers you've been through since me. See, there's a warmth in your soul that shines in your eyes when we wake up Sunday mornings, lying side by side. And there was a short time when things were good, and in that short time I treated you like I should. I want you to know that I still dream of you each night. And I don't care where you wake up or if it's right, 'cause sometimes the feeling, it gets so deep. But sometimes the mountain, oh you know it's just too steep. And this is for all the good times we used to share. And this is for all the good times still out there. I want you to know that you're still beautiful, you see. And it don't matter how many lovers you've been through since me. There was a time in late September when I left it all behind, holding on to nothing but the wheel that drives my mind. And I heard your tires spinning in the mess I left back home. I just hope you know that right now we're both better off alone. So if this is the last good time we get to share, and if there ain't no more good times for us out there, I want you to know that you're still beautiful to me. And there'll still be that place in time where you'll always be. Quiet daydream one more time to sit through the madness in my mind. Broken wheels stop spinning round and turn my smiles upside down.
Scattered on the
As Is here on Music on the Menu on the River with a song called Love Like That. Before that, Miz with a song called Broken Wheels. You know, we've been playing so much new music here on the program that has come our way in 2018, including a couple weeks ago, DC, when I think we did nothing but songs that came in.
Yeah.
I mean, and they were all songs that had just come in like 2 weeks prior to that.
Yep.
And then you go back to the beginning of the year with the Miz record and the Dustin Douglas record and the Aaron Fink record and so much other stuff. Some people have sent us albums. Some folks have just sent us tracks when they did a couple tunes in the studio. And we played so many of them that for tonight's show, I felt like digging into the older catalog a little bit and playing some of the great tunes that we didn't have time for this year because we have so much great stuff. That song from As Is goes back a couple of years, and that Miz song is probably going back about 3 years now. That's still one of my favorite records from Mike. One of the big stories in rock and roll this week was the announcement of the 2019 inductees into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And we had talked about it, you and I, on the show maybe about 2 months ago when the nominees were announced, and I guess the voting has been completed. Mm-hmm. And let's see, I got it on my phone here. We were DC and I were just talking about it. It's Radiohead, Janet Jackson, Stevie Nicks, Def Leppard, The Cure, Roxy Music, and the Zombies. Yeah. And so, you know, some groups obviously that have had tremendous commercial success. Def Leppard, two of the biggest records of all time was Pyromania and Hysteria. Stevie Nicks is a solo artist, even outside of Fleetwood Mac, incredible success. Janet Jackson, obviously. Radiohead, you know, I don't know if they ever had a record that sold 10 million copies, but they're you know, critic darlings for sure.
Of course.
And you know, obviously did some things that were innovative and pioneering, and Roxy Music as well. And The Cure, that one might have surprised me for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because I think of The Cure as, you know, one of those niche 80s bands that, you know, maybe I'm missing something on The Cure. I don't know. What am I?
They've had quite a run. They've got quite the fan base.
Sure. No, I mean, there's no disrespect. I was like, wow, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you know, like, but you know, certainly when you hear some of those Cure songs, they don't really sound like anybody else.
Right.
And I think the voters probably, as they should, gave that some weight. You know, they definitely had, you know, great talent and a uniqueness to them.
I'll go with that.
And so congratulations to them all. I was certainly rooting for Def Leppard. And I think I said this on the show a couple of weeks ago, not because of Pour Some Sugar on Me or Armageddon It or those, you know, bubblegummy metal songs, but really, you know, the High and Dry album, which I think is one of the greatest hard rock records of all time. And the way that Pyromania took metal, you know, pop metal in the early 80s into that melodic, you know, kind of genre, crossing over to pop, which really lasted throughout the entire decade. You know, everybody's trying to be the next Def Leppard after, and there really wasn't anybody quite like them. So congratulations to them all. Huge Stevie Nicks fan as well. It's always good to see musicians being recognized for a lifetime of great work. This one's from Panacea. This one's called Move On.
Calendar marks the day. I don't believe it. My other time gets to messing with your mind. Everything can be shifted askew, and you may find that you never did like the road you were on. I think I could never love another the same way after loving you so long. I'm letting go. I
listening to Music on the Menu with Alan K. Stout on The River.
Kate here on Music on the Menu on the River, a song called Pieces of You. And before that, Panacea, the great Panacea, one of the great hard rock bands from the mid-2000s. Made some really great records. I always thought that band deserved a record deal. A tune called Move On. We're going to take a quick break now. When we get back, we'll have more music, so stick around.
A big hello and happy holidays to all your listeners on the river. Hi, Mitch from the Woodlands. I can't believe the year is almost over. All of us at the Woods would like to wish you and your family a safe and memorable holiday season. And don't forget, the Woods is your holiday celebration headquarters. Drink, dance, and party every weekend, or just escape for a romantic getaway in one of our beautiful suites. Whatever you need, the Woodlands is here for you. Plus, now is the perfect time to make your New Year's Eve reservations. It's our 50th anniversary. That's right, 50 years. So join thousands as we feature our famous White Glove Surf and Turf dinner. 5 hours of premium open bar, live music by Popstar Drive featuring Chris Marzelli, and then dance the night away inside Club Evolution or at the Streamside Bar. The Woodlands New Year's Eve Bash celebrating 50 years. To make your reservations, go online at thewoodlandsresort.com. That's thewoodlandsresort.com, or give us a call at 570-824-9831. Stay safe and warm from all of us at the Woodlands, and happy holidays.
All right, we're back here on Music on the Menu on the River. Alan Stout hanging out with D.C. Taylor. We were talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees earlier in the program, and D.C. and I were just talking here about Gene Simmons. I'm a Kiss fan. They finally got in a couple of years ago. They were long overdue. They were one of the long overdue bands because Rolling Stone types didn't dig them or whatever it was. They finally came around on that nonsense. But one of the things that Gene Simmons has said over the years, even since being inducted, is, artists like Madonna, or maybe this year's inductee Janet Jackson, he didn't feel belonged in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And it wasn't that he was disrespecting those artists. He just didn't see them as rock and roll. And in fairness to Gene, he would say, I don't belong in the Hip Hop Hall of Fame. I don't belong in the Jazz Hall of Fame. Right. And so, DC, you have a pretty interesting take on that, though. You think that it's intentionally broad, because certainly Madonna, for what she's done in pop music, is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, of course. I was kind of thinking that the term rock and roll, again, in more broad terms, back in the 50s when they first, when that term first was coined, it was pretty much, I want to listen to the rock and roll station, radio station, and they played everything.
It was the radio.
They played, they played rock music, they played R&B artists, but they just called it the rock and roll station. I think maybe it's just supposed to be, probably the name Music Hall of Fame didn't have the same, same punch as Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
And that would open it up to jazz and classical. And I guess they at least want to try to keep it like, if you have a hip hop artist in there, and it might scratch your, well, that's not really rock and roll. But this led to DC and I just talking here, during the commercial, and we Googled it. I'm a huge fan of some soul music. Commodores and the Spinners, they're not in. I mean, that's crazy to me. How could the Spinners not be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? The Philly soul sound. Yeah. I mean, just by the song "I'll Be Around" alone, is Rock and Roll Hall of Fame worthy.
Yeah, sure.
That's just such a great song. I'm going to play one for you now from Plus 3. This is a song that was sort of inspired by the 2004 presidential election, which was highly contested. A song called "Get Up."
And I don't need your words of wisdom.
I had one choice, I'd take back all that I've never said. I've never said. It only takes one voice, and I can get it out of my head. And if I had one choice, I'd take back all that I've never said. It only takes one voice, and I can get it out of my head. And if I had one choice, I'd take back all that I've never said. I've never said. I've never said. I've never
This is Eddie Appnel, and you're listening to Music on the Menu on the River.
I'm breathing, 'cause it's all that I can do. Still breathing, and it's all I want to do. I'm sleeping, 'cause it's all that I can do. Still sleeping, but I'm doing it for you. Don't you want to run away someplace where everybody smiles all the time? 'Cause it's so strange to think that we could leave this whole far behind. Maybe, 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 never mind. Maybe, never mind. Oh, and I'm dreaming, 'cause it's all that I can do. Still dreaming of the time I spent with you. And I'm slipping into a finer peace of mind. Still dripping from our very last time. Don't you want to run away someplace where everybody smiles all the time? It ain't so strange to think that we could leave this world far behind. Maybe, 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 never mind. Maybe, never mind. If I should rise, I know I'd turn you inside out. But I'm too tired, too weak to say I don't want to talk about it. Never mind, never mind, never mind. Maybe never mind, never mind, never mind. Maybe never mind. I'm dreaming. Well, that's all that I can do. But I'm freezing. Well, I'm lying next to you. And I'm sleeping. Still sleeping. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Maybe never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Maybe never mind.
Eddie Appnel here on Music on the Menu on the River, a song called Maybe Never Mind. Of course, Eddie, one of the co-hosts of the Open Mic Jam at Tony's Wine Cellar in Pittston every Wednesday night with Brett Alexander and a host of Northeast PA musicians. The Husty Brothers are usually there as well. Joe Segan is there often. Joe, I guess, has recently moved, but he still comes in. He's still around from time to time. He said whenever he's in town, he'll swing by, and so great vibe there. And of course, Victor, the owner, he gets up and jams and drums. It's just a terrific vibe there that Eddie has put together, and they've been doing it quite a few years now, a couple of years, and really created a nice scene for music in northeastern Pennsylvania. Before that, Plus Three, another great band from the early to mid 2000s. Now, a couple of those guys are in a group now called Empire in Decline, and we're going to be playing a brand new Christmas tune from those cats next Sunday night. I'm going to play one now from Nick Coyle. Nick has recently put together, reformed Lifer, which was the band that you probably remember from the days when you were down the dial a little bit.
Yep.
They had a deal with Universal Records. A couple of the guys from Breaking Benjamin were in that band, Aaron Fink and Mark Kopaski. Mark's in California now, so he's not a part of the reunion shows. But they have done some shows and have really drawn well, and had good crowds. And just saw on Facebook the other day that they're recording.
Oh, nice.
So this I think what started off as hey, let's do a show for fun has turned into looks like certainly a little bit more. This one's from Nick Coyle. This one's called Direction.
Hey, this is Dustin Douglas from Dustin Douglas and the Electric Gentleman, and you're listening to Music on the Menu with Alan K. Stout on the River.
Have you ever woke up in a daydream? Can a daydream be the real thing? Maybe our life is out of a daydream, and you are not the queen to my king. Well, maybe I'm out of my head. Well, I'll just go back to daylight, black skies and starlight, trapped in an old-time daydream. It's a daydream. Forget what was spoken, all will be broken. Daydream. It's a daydream.
Dustin Douglas and the Electric Gentleman here on Music on the Menu on the River. A song called Daydream. And before that, Nick Coyle with a song called Direction. Looking ahead to the Christmas show, DC, next Sunday night.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have a Dustin Douglas on there as well.
Good.
He's Christmassy, Dustin. He really is. He did an EP about 10 years ago with AJ Jump and Rob Brown, where they did, I think, 5 or 6 Christmas songs.
Mm-hmm.
So we usually play some tracks from that record as well, but also Dustin with the Gentleman has done some more. So, nice. Dustin, you're just a big softie when it comes to Christmas. We know you are. As am I. You know, so I enjoy the holiday as well. One of the artists that we play here on the show a couple of times a year is Rick Manwiller. Rick has passed away. He passed away, I guess it's 2 years ago now. One of the great songwriters from northeastern Pennsylvania, a member of Dakota. He had been down in Nashville for quite a while before he passed, working in Music City, doing production and writing and sound for national artists on the road. But man, did he leave us some terrific songs. This one we always joke about when we play it. It's called the one who got away. And when you hear that expression, the one who got away, you always imagine somebody lamenting a love that, love lost.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, wow, I really wish that I didn't lose her.
Yeah.
I really should have married her. And so when you see the title, you think that's what it's about. But actually, that's not what it's about. It's basically someone saying, you blew it.
Yeah.
I was the one that got away. Rick Manwiller, great song. Check it out.
Hey, this is Shannon Marysyada, and you're listening to Music on the Menu with Alan K. Stout on the River.
Sugar, where's your heart? Why don't you know? You say you're getting too old to chase that part of you. What do you have if you let it go? You'll never know. If you miss the boat, you say you're this, slip your fingertips, you're out on the outside looking in, but you have it all. You just don't know. You need an intervention, my friend. Give it a go. Try a new road. Might be surprised when you let in. Honey, counting the stars and making a wish. You made it this far. Where's happiness? Down in your heart. You know this ain't it. This is the part where dreams come in. This is the part where dreams come in. Say I've lost my mind. There's no way, there's time. Where there's a will, there's always a way. And talking the talk ain't making your break. What do you have if you let it go? You'll never know. If you miss the boat, you say you're this, slip your fingertips, you're out on the outside looking in, but you have it all. You just don't know. You need an intervention, my friend. Give it a go. Try a new road. Might be surprised when you let in. Honey, counting the stars, they making a wish. You made it this far, but where's happiness? Down in your heart, you know this ain't it. This is the part where dreams come in. This is the part where dreams come in. What better time to say goodbye to self-control? What better day to look at your face and realize you can take this world, you can take this world, you can take this world. I'm counting the stars, ain't making a wish. You made it this far, but where's happiness? Down in your heart, you know this ain't it. This is the part where dreams come in. This is the part where dreams come in. Honey, counting the stars, they making a wish. You made it this far, but where's happiness? Down in your heart, you know this ain't it. This is the part where dreams come in. This is the part where dreams come in. Let 'em in, let 'em in, let 'em
Shannon Marysyada here on Music on the Menu on the River, a song called Where Dreams Come In. Of course, she was just with us fairly recently with Music on the Menu Live. She came down, did a great show at Breakers. And we will be back on January 2nd with Danielle. Danielle is a country artist from Lackawanna County. She did Music on the Menu Live with us a couple of years ago, and she has a new album out. And so it's her first new record in probably 4 or 5 years. Mm-hmm. And so certainly we look for things like that when we're looking for talent to come up and play. Yep. So if you've got some new music and you've been somebody that we've been playing here on the show for many years, as we have with Danielle, that's a great opportunity and a great time to come up and do a show at Breakers the day after the holiday. So, some people might still be off from work. Some people take some time off. So come on up on January 2nd and have a good time at Music on the Menu Live. We're going to take a quick break now, but when we come back, we'll have more music on the menu, so stick around.
A big hello and happy holidays to all your listeners on the river. Hi, Mitch from the Woodlands. I can't believe the year is almost over. All of us at the Woods would like to wish you and your family a safe and memorable holiday season. And don't forget, the Woods is your holiday celebration headquarters. Drink, dance, and party every weekend, or just escape for a romantic getaway in one of our beautiful suites. Whatever you need, the Woodlands is here for you. Plus, now is the perfect time to make your New Year's Eve reservations. It's our 50th anniversary. That's right, 50 years. So join thousands as we feature our famous White Glove Surf and Turf dinner. 5 hours of premium open bar, live music by Popstar Drive featuring Chris Marzelli, and then dance the night away inside Club Evolution or at the Streamside Bar. The Woodlands New Year's Eve Bash celebrating 50 years. To make your reservations, go online at thewoodlandsresort.com. That's thewoodlandsresort.com, or give us a call at 570-824-9831. Stay safe and warm from all of us at the Woodlands, and happy holidays.
All right, we're back here on Music on the Menu on the River. Always nice to hear our friend Mitch Kornfeld in the show. DC comes on. He's so up, and
he is.
Obviously, if you just listen to the spot, which just ran a couple times during the show, he's excited about New Year's Eve. I've spent some New Year's Eves at the Woodlands. They do it really well.
Yeah.
If you're looking for great food and music, and if you don't want to drive, you could crash. They have pretty reasonable rates for the holiday. So always a good time up there. And it was so nice to have folks like that come on board as we get towards the end of the year. We had Rock Street Music with us for a while in the summertime, and a special guest app in the Woodlands, and all partnering with us to help bring local music to you every Sunday night. So I want a big thank you to all those guys as well. And again, 2 weeks from now on our New Year's Eve, our last show of the year, which I guess is going to air on the 30th.
The 30th, yep.
We're going to look back on some of the great music that has come our way in 2018. It has been amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, right out of the gate, we started getting good stuff in January, and right up until a couple of days ago, people sending me new records for consideration for the show, and so we'll be cranking up a bunch of those right after the Christmas show next Sunday night. I leave you now with the Badlees, as I always do. This one goes back to the Diamonds in the Coal record from 1992. This is really one of the first songs that a lot of us heard from the band when they first emerged on the scene, and it became a little bit of a signature in the live show for quite a while. This is a beautiful song. You always fly high for a little while. We'll catch you next week. This is the Badlees, the real thing.
They met up in Rockport, where the moon rose early and the days were short, and the miles between were still too many to mention. The Blue Ridge rides of Starfall, with the epic scope of it all, those days before the double-edged blade of contention. Sometimes passion's like a cigarette, burning clean out for it really takes swing, but you always fly out for a little while when you think you got the real thing. He moved in for the long haul, the 81 hard, the guitar and all.